Good afternoon. Today I'll continue to be talking about the coronavirus, I guess. So, today I decided to make a video about basically how the coronavirus has directly impacted my life and some psychological effects they could have on people, and also how to try to avoid this and stay healthy and happy throughout this crisis. So the first thing I like to say is that me personally, my entire school basically is closed until the end of the school year, and now we're just going to the teachers. We have to take distance learning and online learning basically until the end of May to early June. And so all my teachers have just been sending me emails, and it's just absolutely uh kind of crazy, I guess, if you think about it, that you're never gonna see your friends, or maybe you will, but you're never gonna see your teachers again until possibly never, because I'm leaving the school at the end of this year. And so basically my daily routine is just completely changed. There were classes which I had that I probably wasted most of my time because the workload was really easy. So nowadays I kind of have a lot of free time, since basically my teachers give me assignments every at the beginning of each week, and then they kind of expect you to like ease it, maybe do a part of it each day of the week. But for me, I just did all of them at the beginning, perhaps on Monday, and for the rest of the week, I'm basically free. And there's 1 to 2 class meetings every week, so I just there, and there the teacher just basically lectures, and we listen, and that's it. And there's basically no tests or quizzes, and even if there are, they just give you the quiz and then they give you the answers and they expect you to self-grade it. So since grades are basically just completion for now, there's no graded on how well you did it, or the actual score. The grades are just for completion. And I'm not the only one living in my house, so I don't have the usual problems that people face in self-isolation, like staying alone at your house. So that's not a problem for me, but I'm sure it's a. So the next thing I want to talk about is how some effects that are going to be on your mental health, which could have taken in place. So obviously there's the problem of boredom, because when we're quarantined, we basically have nothing to do, and as a result, we are so bored. As a result of being bored, many people could go into depression, and with depression is added that the fear of being ill and not knowing enough information, inadequate supplies, and the worries just keep building up. And when they finally, fill up to the brim, then I guess that is the real problem, which people's mental health start declining. And as people's mental health start declining, then we're not mentally prepared to face the physical challenges of fighting the virus and the crisis. There's also places where you are sick, and when you are ill, many people usually feel a bit sadness, and if you have depression on top of that, on top of being ill, then that's just a really serious problem which we have. And so now I would like to talk about how people can help themselves throughout this virus and what they can do. So what governments can do is that they can provide funding for telemedical to fund these telemedical services to people who may feel that they are going mentally unstable. So there's already been U.S. states and counties who have already started funding these services, which can provide psychologists to therapy to talk with, I guess, just to provide some communication and reassurance. And as the government continues to fight the virus, then I guess it can give some people a feel of assurance that that the problem is being solved little by little, and as a result, they won't feel so worried. Is to basically uh they won't because they're getting enough information, they won't be feel so inclined to worry about it. And so, what employers can also do to people who are feeling a bit stressed is that they can also just provide transparency. Again, here, transparency is the key, because when people don't feel they don't have any information, then it's the fear and the worry that eventually leads to depression. Because during a crisis like this, transparency is so important that employers should also uh, make sure that their employees don't uh don't just fade off and not turning in any work that they were supposed to do, so they can just provide more meetings and to also keep their employees occupied all day long, maybe until like the usual work day, so that they won't during the day they won't venture off or into the mind wanders, and that's just kind of bad. So the third thing what individuals can do to stop themselves from falling into the boredom loop, I guess I'll call it that, is that first you can always make a schedule, create a routine. So I have a schedule too, even though it's just kind of just some random stuff, but creating a schedule and following it is actually going to give you a sense of normality and productivity. Also, the second thing is that you should take care of your body, eat healthily, get plenty of sleep, and exercise daily. You can also uh communicate with others through means of FaceTime, I guess, is a pretty good way, and just talk with your friends and family and just occupy yourself basically. Here I'm gonna say, yeah, I think that's some kind of advice to offer, and stay healthy physically and mentally. Uh, Thank you for watching and have a good day.